The La Crosse Fire Department responded to a garage fire yesterday. According to a press release by the La Crosse Fire Department, when fire crews arrived at the scene around 2 a.m., they found a detached garage and camper in flames. Crews were able to put out the fire quickly and keep it from spreading to the nearby house. The house did sustain some heat damage. None of the residents were hurt, but one firefighter was injured. La Crosse Fire Department is investigating the cause of the fire. The showers at Great River Landing have been closed due to vandalism. According to a city official, there have been issues with people breaking the dowels that hold up the shower curtains. There have also been issues with people trying to break into the coin return. Because of the vandalism, the showers are not operational and have been closed indefinitely. The director of the La Crosse Regional Airport presented at a La Crosse County Board of Supervisors planning meeting to provide an update. In June, Delta ended their services in La Crosse, leaving American Airlines as the only airline at the airport. Ian Turner, the director of La Crosse's airport, says airline consolidation after the pandemic and the ongoing pilot shortage are why Delta left the region. For now, the only flight American Airlines provides from La Crosse is to Chicago's O'Hare Airport. Turner says although options are limited, he encourages people to look to travel locally before buying tickets with larger airports. The La Crosse County Public Works and Infrastructure Committee reviewed updates to their new all-terrain vehicle ordinance. The committee is set on updating safety requirements and creating a more efficient application process to open roads for ATV and UTV use. The group is trying to make sure the ordinance is similar to other ordinances in surrounding counties.
So we're trying to get that consistency so that folks can go from one jurisdiction to another and still have a common set of rules.
The updated ordinance has set hours that will match those in neighboring Jackson County. Viner also said the changes will improve safety for everyone. You will need liability insurance and a driver's license if you are using an ATV or UTV on the road. The updated ordinance is set to be presented to the full county board next week. The American Red Cross is dealing with a blood donation shortage. According to the organization, they have received 25,000 fewer donations than they need so far this summer. That means many hospitals are unable to keep their shelves stocked with life-saving blood and platelets. Right now, the Red Cross especially needs blood types O negative, O positive, B negative, and A negative. Anyone willing to help can make appointments to give by visiting redcrossblood.org or calling the number on your screen. Cannabis is now legal in Minnesota, but the state office overseeing cannabis use is still being set up. That leaves city governments to decide how to regulate cannabis. Winona's city council postponed an ordinance that would have banned its usage in public spaces. The ordinance would have blocked usage in parks, sidewalks, and any city-owned property. Winona's Common Council members largely agreed that any public space ordinance needs to balance cannabis use between consumable and smokable products. Winona's police chief also urged the council to think about large city events like Steamboat Days that might complicate a broad ordinance.
I want you to think outside the box in terms of where are there going to be large numbers of what you're trying to prevent here is younger adults.
I think we can go a long ways in defining this to make it make sense for folks and to have the majority of people in this community feel comfortable with it.
The new state law allows cannabis use on private property and property licensed to permit on-site consumption. The exception is the council will touch up the ordinance at a later date. A favorite La Crosse beer is coming back to City Brewing Company. Old Style beer, which was first brewed in La Crosse in 1902, is returning to its original brewing facility. The beer hasn't been brewed in La Crosse since 1999. It will be back in its original brewery again starting in November. City Brewery will host a series of Old Style themed events ahead of its return, including a September downtown pub crawl.
And as you head out the door this morning, temperatures are warming up in the 60s under those partly cloudy skies. We'll keep those partly cloudy conditions in the forecast through at least 11 o'clock this morning. And then by the afternoon, we're turning sunny. Temperatures then warming up into the 80s with a little bit of a light wind to work with at around 5 to 10 miles an hour coming from the northwest and west-northwest today. Here's a check now on your 8-day forecast. Watching for a chance of showers and storms tomorrow. Very slim chance as though from a cold front moving through. Thursday, we're a little drier than that. Friday through the weekend, watching for another chance of thunderstorms with highs in the 80s and those lows in the 60s.
Yeah, definitely cooling down.
Yeah.
It's a slight cool down, but it's definitely happening, and we're kind of
Yeah.
falling into that fall weather.
Unfortunately, we won't really feel a whole heck of a lot of a difference from that front moving through tomorrow, but you know, at least we're getting closer to fall though, like you mentioned. So hey, there's some relief coming next month.
All right. Well, thank you for watching News 8 Now this morning. We'll see you back here later today at noon. Have a wonderful Tuesday.